Beginning in 5, 4, 3.
Captain Britain is coming to the big screen sooner than we think. Henry Cavill was just imagined as Captain Britain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in new art. Having played the Man of Steel in the DCEU, it's uncertain if Cavill will return to the superhero genre. With his DC days behind him, many fans hope to see him join the MCU. One popular fan suggestion for Cavill's MCU role is Captain Britain, a character in Marvel's universe since 1976. To give an idea of what he might look like, artist Zipex created new artwork showing Cavill as a modern version of Captain Britain. So far, Captain Britain hasn't been explored outside the comics, as he hasn't appeared in any live-action or animated Marvel projects. In the MCU, there haven't been any hints about introducing Captain Britain yet. Now the big question is, does Henry Cavill's Captain Britain actually make sense for the MCU? Henry Cavill has shown interest in joining the MCU and playing a Marvel character, especially Captain Britain, which has led to a lot of fan casting him as the British superhero. Given Cavill's varied roles outside of Superman, like in The Witcher and Mission Impossible Fallout, the 41-year-old actor seems like a great fit for Captain Britain. However, it's still uncertain if Captain Britain will ever make it into the MCU. While Cavill would be a fantastic Captain Britain, it's important to consider if it makes sense for the MCU right now. The multiverse saga is already busy with numerous new superheroes and exploring alternate realities. With only so many slots in the movie and TV schedule, it might be tough to introduce Captain Britain as a leading character at this moment. If Cavill is available, Phase 7 might be the perfect time to introduce Captain Britain and have the former DCEU actor take on the role. With Avengers Secret Wars rumored to be a soft reboot for the MCU, it might make more sense to bring in Cavill's Captain Britain in whatever the franchise looks like post-Phase 6. For now, we'll have to wait and see if the MCU and Captain Britain will become part of Cavill's acting journey. If they want to introduce Captain Britain sooner but save Cavill for a different role in Phase 7, or for a more prominent character like Cyclops, I have some alternative actors who could play Captain Britain in the MCU. But before we start casting Captain Britain, let's get to know who he is. Captain Britain is the leading protector of the United Kingdom in the Marvel Universe. Created in 1976 by Chris Claremont, the original Captain Britain comics follow the adventures of Brian Braddock, a nuclear research assistant granted powers by Merlin of Arthurian legend. These powers transform Brian into Captain Britain, defender of the British Isles and later the multiverse. Now that we know a bit about Captain Britain, let's start casting him, and the first choice is Charlie Hunnam. Having played the titular role in Guy Ritchie's King Arthur Legend of the Sword, Charlie Hunnam is already well steeped in the Arthurian mythology that surrounds Captain Britain. Hunnam is a natural choice for Captain Britain due to his strong resemblance to the character, both in physique and facial appearance. His performances in Sons of Anarchy, King Arthur, and The Gentleman demonstrate his ability to embody both the heroic and no-nonsense, intimidating aspects of Captain Britain. Moving on, we have Riz Ahmed. Despite being well known for his roles in Venom and Rogue One, Riz Ahmed is an underutilized English actor. His performances in Sound of Metal and Four Lions have cemented him as a compelling and charismatic on-screen presence. With comic book movie fatigue starting to set in, the MCU needs to make unexpected, exciting choices, and casting Riz Ahmed would be one of them. Ahmed could bring gravitas and depth to Captain Britain while providing the character with some of the dry British humor seen in Four Lions. Additionally, casting Ahmed would allow Marvel Studios to represent the large Pakistani population of Britain. Next is John Boyega. Known primarily for his role in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, John Boyega's charisma would give Captain Britain a uniquely charming personality. John Boyega's role in Attack the Block has already proven he's more than capable of playing a London-based protector of Earth. Bringing a similar performance to Brian Braddock would make for an incredibly refreshing and unique superhero movie. After being somewhat sidelined in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, it would be great to see John Boyega take a well-deserved lead role in an MCU film. And last, we have two more actors who could play the character, Simon Pegg and Joseph Gilgun. Popular English actor and star of the Cornetto trilogy, Simon Pegg has yet to be cast in the MCU and could easily fill the role of a slightly older, more cynical Captain Britain. Simon Pegg has already showcased his great comedic and dramatic acting ability in films like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. His particularly British sense of humor, coupled with his often overlooked dramatic skills, would make for an incredibly compelling Captain Britain. Additionally, his work in the Mission Impossible movies has proved that he's capable of the intense training needed for these big-budget action films. Joseph Gilgun is a criminally underrated English actor, most famous for his role in Preacher as the fan favorite Cassidy. Gilgun can also be seen in the British film and series This Is England, where he steals every scene and is endlessly endearing. This would certainly be an unexpected pick from Marvel Studios, but might prove to be a great one, as Gilgun truly excels in any part he's given. With a unique sense of humor, buckets of charm, and a long history in acting with some seriously emotive scenes, there's no doubt that Gilgun would become an MCU favorite from his very first scene as Brian Braddock. Now, let's move to an unconventional route with Hayley Atwell. This would be an unexpected move, but Marvel Studios might adapt Captain Britain to the big screen using the pre-established Captain Carter, played by Hayley Atwell. To elaborate, the original Captain Britain comics were the first to flesh out the Marvel multiverse by introducing the Captain Britain Corps, an army of Captain Britain variants from different universes who fight off multiversal threats. With Captain Carter appearing in the MCU twice as a multiversal character, it wouldn't be too surprising to see another Captain Carter variant make an appearance as part of the Captain Britain Corps in a future multiversal MCU movie. Now, speaking of female actors taking this role, another actress we have in mind is Daisy Ridley. As the lead of the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Daisy Ridley's portrayal of Rey, a hero with a purpose yet to be fully realized, could translate well into playing the Betsy Braddock iteration of Captain Britain. Daisy Ridley's ability to embody a hero who is both confident and unsure of herself could create a compelling Captain Britain origin story. Ridley would bring a blend of humor and stubbornness to Betsy, making the character both likable and fallible. Additionally, her casting could lead to a Star Wars reunion, particularly since Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight operates in London. Seeing them interact as their respective MCU characters would be a real treat, given their strong on-screen chemistry. Well, that's it for today. Who do you think would be the perfect fit for Captain Britain in the MCU, and why? Would you support a female cast? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more entertainment insights. Until next time, keep enjoying your favorite movies and stay tuned for more updates.